Okay, here in round one, we're going to keep this hand. I mean, a little awkward that we have the Sentinel, but the rest is fine. I mean, we've got turn 2 Fodder into turn 3 Husk, which is actually pretty good. And we can eventually find our planes, I'm sure. That's a good continuation of our turn progression. We get to go Fodder into Husk into Hellhound, which I kind of like. Alright, there is the Topan Freeblade. Ooh, that was a good draw. Alright. So, this is a question. Do I block? Probably has a trick. The question is, how much do I value these goblin tokens? Because I feel like I'm going to at least end up stealing active treason at some point. I could make my opponent play the Titanic Growth or the Might of the Masses now. How much do I need these goblin tokens? You know, I feel like I value the goblin tokens less than Titanic Growth. Or a Might of the Masses, for that matter. And this actually seems like a pretty good trade for us. Like, now my active treason can steal the next biggest guy. Or a Topan Freeblade. So I could Reeve Soul. Yeah, I probably just take 2 here and Reeve Soul the second Topan Freeblade. Or even play Hellhound and take a little bit of a beating for a while. But more likely I Reeve Soul. So now I kind of feel like we just want to active treason. Freeblade for days. Alright. So guess we go active treason now. That's a lot of Topan Freeblades. Jeez. So let's act. Get to swing with both. He takes 5. Sack the Freeblade. And pass. So next turn we can go Scout plus Reeve Soul, or we can go Blazing Hellhound. I think probably Scout plus Reeve Soul is going to be better. Turn 2, 3, and 4 Topan Freeblade is pretty insane, actually. Alright, Blessed Spirits. Still think we're doing the same plan here. This can get bigger, but it doesn't have vigilance. I think we just go Reeve Soul, Scout, to pass. Guess we just swing with Husk. And we are going to follow up with the Hellhound. I'm fine with this trade too, by the way. Although I guess I could just trade. Yeah, I probably sack the Scout, because then, even if he has Might of the Masses, he still has to trade. It's a 2 for 2. Let's go Hellhound here. I could play the Deadbird Shaman, perhaps a little bit more safely, but I kind of like having the Hellhound. Stalwart Avon. Okay. Not too concerned about that. Even if he has Might of the Masses, we just throw it at him. He's just trading. All right. It's a fine trade. Guess we play Shaman. Swing for 6. So Might of the Masses doesn't quite put it out of range. We're just going to 2 for 2 here. Okay, so it gets a bit beefier. Question is, do I want to sack the Husk or the Shaman? I probably want to sack the Shaman. I mean, I feel like it's more value for us. He has to discard. It's still a 2 for 2 trade, but I get an extra card out of him. The problem is I'm left with just Husk, but I think it is correct. So deal 1 there, sack the Shaman. Opponent discards. Well, at least it's a difficult choice. Wow. I'm scared of what his other card is, if that's what he's discarding. No need to play the Mountain, really. All right. So he's got us on a 2-turn clock. We're going to have to draw our way back into this. Well, what do you know? That is a good way to draw your way back into this. Definitely want him to make that trade. I shouldn't have pre-combated the planes, by the way. Not that it makes a huge difference. He doesn't know what 1 planes means yet. But that's, like I said, that is a solid trade for us. I mean, it's actually like a better trade for us now, I would say. And even if he has suppression bonds, we just get to lock down his best creature every turn with the triggered ability. So it's like, doesn't even matter. Question is, do I play around Celestial Flare? That's tough. I think I don't. I don't think I play around Celestial Flare because I just need to see it, and he clearly doesn't have it, so it's all good. Forcing him to have Celestial Flare when I need to, like, close out a game, I think is too important. Well, Plains and a Boggart Brute came at a great time. Our opponent having 3 Topin Freeblades is pretty scary. So Chandra's Fury doesn't look that insane. I might just want Weight of the Underworld. What does Weight of the Underworld deal with? It deals with his flyers. It deals with Topin Freeblade. It doesn't straight up kill Freeblade, but even Renowned, it takes care of it pretty well. Deals with, I think it might actually be something that's better for us than the Chandra's Fury. Chandra's Fury's nice burn, but I would like some actual, like, things that can target and remove. Reeve Soul, of course, is very good. Is there anything that's bad against my opponent? Like, I guess Cobble Brute isn't as exciting. Enthralling Victor still seems good enough, certainly. On the draw, I guess I have a few more concerns about Read the Bones on the draw because our opponent definitely seems very beat down. Very, very beat down. But I just don't have a lot of enchantments for, like, Blightcaster. Slug is sluggishly slow, as you might expect. Deadbird Shaman seems great. Eyeblight Assassin seems lackluster on the draw with no X1s to be seen. It's challenging. Slug seems like a good ground blocker, but it doesn't really deal with the flyers. I think we're just going to have to settle for a Weight of the Underworld and let the rest take care of itself. This hand's a bit scary, actually, but I think we do keep on the draw. I mean, there's a pretty good chance he's got Topin Freeblade turn 2, but I think it's worth keeping. Oh, now he's got Jailer. Well, oh, and then we draw Sentinel. That's challenging. Almost don't want to crack the Evolving Wilds in the hopes that I can draw. I kind of want to draw another land. If I do draw another land, I can't play anything anyway, so I think I wait 1 turn here. A little bit scared. A little bit scared. I do have to crack the Evolving Wilds now, and I'm pretty sure I have to find a red mana, which makes the Sentinel in our hand much worse. Getting aggro down quite aggressively, but the problem is if I don't draw a land here, I'm in some pretty big trouble. But if I do draw land, I still need to cast Read the Bones. Alright, Dragon Fodder's not the worst. Not the best either, but not the worst. Well, if this is his best play, I think I'm feeling pretty good, actually. But we're still on the hunt for some lands here. We're going to have some issues. Here we go. So 3 mana gets me Read the Bones to make sure that we're going to have to discard here, which kind of sucks, but let's bottom Brute. I don't know what we're digging for. Next turn I play Hellhound. Then I play Victor. No, I guess I I'm going to bottom the Brute, top the land. I do have to discard, which kind of sucks. I think I discard Sentinel. It just seems unrealistic that I am going to be able to find the plains this game before I die. And everything else in my hand seems like it'll help quite a bit more. So let's discard the Sentinel. I can play Avaricious Dragon next turn, but I don't love it. Alright, that's not the worst. I'll trade with a Jailer, otherwise I'll take 2. Take 2 is fine. Okay, so now we're just gonna... Could actually play... Well, let's see here. Next turn he taps down a Goblin, swings for 5. I can just take 2. I think I just play Hellhound. Hellhound opens me up for active treason. I also can just sack a token to kill the Jailer. Yeah, this seems fine, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an issue. So, I guess I can trade with a Force Mage and then Weight of the Underworld a heavy infantry, which actually seems fine. 3... Guess I'm at a point where I want to chump and save myself some damage. Although, yeah, I guess... Let's just wait this. Guess I'm just trying to build towards Avaricious Dragon doing some work for me. Fleshbag Marauder would actually be kind of nice. Okay. Not too concerned about that one. Cobble Brute's not bad. Guess it makes better use. Well, it makes the same use of mana as our Victor and blocks the same, so I guess we do go Victor then. And we'll steal the Cleric, I guess. Since I doubt he blocks either way, I guess, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So you can tap down both guys and deal 4 to me. But then I can play a Cobble Brute. I guess I kind of have to block or else I die to Titanic Growth. I hate to see a Crow and Jailer do things, I gotta tell you. I do hate to see that card do things. think there's a pretty good chance we're just going to die to Might of the Masses, which is mildly depressing, but... not much to be done for it, unfortunately. I think we actually would have had an easier time winning this if we... well, trade I'll take. Guess we're dead either way, probably, to Might of the Masses. But I do block. Oh, he's doing it, okay. Well, surprisingly not dead. Not good draws, though, I gotta tell you. So let's go act. Wish I had a sack outlet. The reason I'm doing this, obviously, is because I'm losing my hand. Yeah, it's a pretty insanely big dude. I do have Unholy Hungers up the wazoo in my deck, which would be pretty beneficial at the moment. All right. Well, I am going to block with the dragon. Oh, I guess I'm not blocking the dragon, so... all right. Just forcing some blocks on me here. I do have a chance to draw an Unholy Hunger here, which would be extremely beneficial. Be very helpful. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good draw, too, to be honest. So let's go land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Four, 4. All right. Not bad. Problem is we're going to lose our Avaricious Dragon, but not much to be done about that. We still have a chance to draw an Unholy Hunger. And I guess the Walker... so he's going to tap the Walker. Well, that's unfortunate. So I do kind of have to draw something here. Like I said, it's pretty frustrating losing against Jailer. You really never expect that card to do anything. Well, I guess it doesn't quite put me at lethal. Alright, unfortunate draw, but hey, these things happen. Can't always get what you want every game. Would have liked to have seen one of my Unholy Angers in the top half of my deck, but like I said, you can't always get what you want, and we were in kind of a tough spot anyway. But yeah, kind of unfortunate. Hopefully we can do a little bit better in Game 3 here. I'm going to need some more solid drawing from my deck, and Eyeblight Assassin looks a lot better. But Chandra's Fury just kills Jailer, which is not that sexy. I have ample removal for that Outland Colossus, or I could just steal it, but unfortunately just did not see those at the correct time, which is unfortunate, but does happen. Anything I can do against this deck that I'm not already doing? I still think Weight of the Underworld is good. Saved us a lot of damage. On the play, do I want to do anything different? I don't think so. I think we're fine. I just need to draw better. So we'll see you in Game 3. Okay. We're going to play first. And yeah, I guess we'll keep this. We have a blocker for Taupe Freeblade. We have some removal coming up. This hand could potentially be very good for us. We will be requiring some lower end draws. Hangerback Walker would be a very nice draw. Not exactly sure yet what. Basically, my 2 and 3 drops would be ideal draws right now. Well, we're at Unholy Anger range now, which is good. We have a blocker for 1 of 3 free blades, which I think is almost 100% coming down. All right, unfortunate back-to-back draws there, so got my back up against the wall a little bit with back-to-back land draws. Okay, well, looks like he didn't have a pump spell, so... Or if he did, he's just setting up a little bit more, which is actually okay. We get to go hunger into hunger, so that seems pretty decent for us, actually. Wardens, oh, it's really unfortunate, actually. Just card advantage up the wazoo, but what can you do? So I guess the play is leave up Unholy Hunger, and yeah, it's an unfortunate draw. Leave up Unholy Hunger, and at this point, I mean, lands are just going to be detrimental to us, which is, like I said, unfortunate, but part of the game that you cannot bypass. So I'm just going to have to accept that all future land draws are essentially working towards our downfall. No X, well, no, I guess we do have 1 X spell in our deck, so not completely worthless, but certainly not great. I'll take 2 more here. Okay. So I think we just kill Flyer. Reef Soul's good, so let's do that. Problem is I can't leave up Unholy Hunger if I do that. So I think I actually just leave back blockers here. Leave up the Unholy Hunger for El Combat Trixo. Fine trades. Well, it's a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes. So, are we ready to hunger? I mean, I do have to kill both of these guys, is the issue. But I suppose I can do it on my turn. Although, if I draw something, I want to be able to play it, and I'm going to do it, so let's just guess take out his guys. At least we get to gain a little life here. Yeah, it's making me a little bit sad that we drew the land there, but what can you do? So we've got some big draws. Avaricious Dragon would be a nice big draw. Sentinel of the Eternal Watch would be bad. Hangerback Walker would be great. Tactician's certainly going to be a problem. We need to draw hot pretty much immediately, or else. I mean, we're certainly behind on the board, and we're 2 spells behind our opponent too, which is not thrilling me. Dragon Fodder doesn't really do that much. think I'd take 5. If I draw a Husk or a what is his name? Blazing Hellhound. I'm going to want to be able to sack my goblins and kill things. All right. Very much behind our opponent. Sentinel was unfortunately one of our bad draws. We did have good draws, but that was one of our bad ones, unfortunately for us. So I guess that means, well, I feel like we're too far behind for Evolving Wilds to quite bring us back into this, unfortunately. Yeah, we're just way too many spells behind our opponent now, unfortunately. All right, well, Sentinel's good here. Hopefully he doesn't have the suppression bonds or the Might of the Masses. Might of the Mass is just something I can't play around either. So I guess we tap a flyer. Yeah, definitely didn't want to see that one. Blazing Hellhound is not so insane, unfortunately. If I'd drawn it when I had both my Dragon Fodder tokens, it would have been significantly better. Bit of a challenging spot here. Fortunately, I still have to tap down a flyer. That was a good draw. That was a very good draw. Still in trouble, but are we dead, or let me think. So I don't have any Unholy Hungers left. I feel like I have to I have to beat his flyers. So if I tap down flyer, he swings with everything. I block. I'd have to chump the Colossus, wouldn't I? So I guess I do have to tap down Colossus. Or, yeah, because if I tap down flyer, he swings with Colossus, I trade with Imp. I'm still taking 2 in the air. I feel like I tap down Colossus, I trade with a flyer. I don't know how I draw it back into this game. That's a tough one. I can't double block the Colossus either. So I tap flyer, he swings team. I block flyer, block 3/3, and I can't do anything about Colossus. So I have to block Colossus, take 2 in the air, block, take 3, go to 1. If I tap flyer, I block Colossus. I block 3/3, I block 2/2. How do I take care of the other flyer? I haven't figured that out yet, have I? I don't have Reeve Soul. I don't have Unholy Hunger. Fleshback Marauder doesn't do it. Active Treason does do it. Enthralling Victor does it. Okay. So I think I have to take care of the Outland Colossus. So we'll tap the flyer. I can go to 1 here. I block Tactician. I think I go to 1, right? Pretty sure. Unless I did it wrong. I go block, 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 and I take 3. All right. I do actually think, well, I guess not now, but I did have a means to come back into this game. Believe it or not, I really did. It was a tough loss. It was a tough loss for sure. Wish we could have won it, but we didn't. Did not win it. So kind of a fun deck. Opponent's deck was very good, and he got the match, unfortunately for us. But, yeah, well, like I said, we had a means back in this game, but it did require us drawing the Victor, the Walker, or the Avaricious Dragon would have done it. We actually had plenty of outs now that I think about it, but unfortunately just did not draw them, and that happens. So we'll see you back in the Swiss drafts, and have a good one.